We got pajamas.
Yeah, you get pajamas and toothpaste and shit.
I jerked off on the plane.
Did you really?
Yeah. Here's what you got to do because the pod is not completely enclosed. So if any rich people are listening, you don't turn your body towards away. I mean, from the opening, you have to turn towards it because you're always worried like somebody might be coming up. So turn so you can see him come through the netting.
Right, because they could see you down there beating off if you were beating off.
Yeah,
to
but
the
I put my head by where my dick would be, and I looked at the lady behind, like who could get an angle at it. She was asleep.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
How much time do you think you took?
Probably it was probably a little longer. Probably like two full minutes.
2 full minutes.
Yeah.
Were you furious or were you just
No, that's
gentle?
why I saw it, and then I was like, calming, stop. Yeah, real gentle, but you base up on the left hand and jerk it with the right.
That's what you were doing?
Yeah, because I was on the right side of the plane.
That's probably good for your core as well.
Yeah.
Support yourself in that way.
Well, just so you don't, fall over.
And then would you shoot it into your pajama tops?
No, I shot it into the those slipper socks they give you.
Yeah.
I turned one of those inside out and shot it into it. And then I was forced like a peasant to use my regular socks for the
I
rest
was
of the
on
way.
a plane once with Melanie Griffith, and we were flying to England. She was sitting right in front of me, and there was a dude who was right beside her. And you know how when planes in the first class cabins, that their seats don't line up, like everyone's not head to toe. They're kind of staggered because they're these big ass pods.
Yeah.
Well, the way it was staggered was Melanie Griffith's head lined up directly with this fat guy's ass. It was right across the aisle, no more than a couple feet away. Her head directly lined up with his ass. And he unloaded. This dude unloaded in the middle of the flight. One of the most horrific Tate-like farts. Our friend Tate Fletcher is known for having the most ferocious farts because Tate's a big giant dude and he takes a lot of protein powder, and when you eat a lot of protein, like your body gets
rid of it. Gets rid of a lot of that.
Process that extra shit well, and it turns into farts. And this dude just, I don't know what he ate, but he was a big guy. And by the way, I don't even know if it was his fart because it's not like I have a fucking locator. But if you're on a plane and there's a fart and you see a fat guy, that guy gets blamed. He gets blamed.
And his ass is lined up.
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's more than like black kids get blamed for stolen things. Fat people get blamed for farts on planes, always. Like that's like the first person you look to. Like fuck yeah, it was him. And the way it lined up was just his ass was just right across from her face. It was horrific, man. It was a nightmare fart. And what are the odds in life that you would ever have your face or Melanie Griffith's face that close to your ass that you could unload on her face like that?
Yeah, you were like,
I
think I should fart on her face.
I talked about it on stage that night in England, because it was so ridiculous. Because it was just such a preposterous lineup. But I could never turn it into a bit. But it was really hilarious at the time. I couldn't imagine. Well, and I was thinking, what if this guy had planned this out? What if he came to Melanie Griffith's agent and he said, "Listen, I'd be willing to pay $1 million to fart in Mrs. Griffith's face." And you're out of your fucking mind. We can't bring that offer to her.
Just bring it to her, man.
And they wouldn't. Then the agent said, "Listen, I think we can work something out. I've been looking at how these planes line up, and this is what I want to show you. Look at this. Here's your seat. Here's Melanie Griffin's seat. Look who your ass would be. Look, we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. Melanie doesn't even have to know. Isn't that a little unethical, keeping the money from Melanie? That's part of my thrill. Well, I'll just slip it into her bank account. Melanie doesn't have to know. Just a little extra money in her bank account." This guy just opened his ass on Melanie's head. It was
silent but deadly.
Hot. It was a hot fart for sure. There was some heat to it. That was one where you might not have known how bad it was before you let it go, but once you let it go, you realized how atrocious, what a terrible person you are, how you should be despised. Think about all the shit particles from your ass that people have been forced to acknowledge in their nostrils. Word?
Word.
Are we have one of those crazy pods to Brazil?
I don't know.